Little history lesson here for you. I've been playing Skate pretty much as long as I've been allowed to play video games, for the greater part of 20 years. Started with Skate 2, was not my favorite Skate, and in 2010, Skate 3 decided to drop. Skate 3, at the time, was one of my favorite games. I couldn't get enough. I completed the game probably 4 or 5 times before I finally put it down. Even to this day, I know where I have a copy of it that I can play anytime I want to play it. When I say it is a good game, it's one of my favorites. Now, this video is not about Skate 3. This video is about the newly released EA live service game known as Skate. Back in 2016, 2017, 2018, somewhere along the lines there, all of our player base for Skate decided to quite literally heckle EA Sports into making a new Skate game. We did that by commenting the word Skate 4 under every single EA post until we got the announcement. We got the announcement and we couldn't be more excited. We thought Skate 4 was on the way. We thought they were going to follow the same simple formula of you're a skateboarder, skating through a city, make it work. And I was excited. I was genuinely thrilled at the fact that we were going to get another Skate game. And then this game came out. Now, I'm not saying that this game is bad, like previously mentioned. There are definitely some really good things about this game. Skating for one of them. Now, that's 90% of the game. However, it's pretty fluid. It's pretty solid. It entertains me enough to get me to come back every day and participate in this live service nonsense. This live service scandal, I would have you say. My biggest complaints, and I would say the community's biggest complaints, is that you have to pay real life money to get cosmetics. That is something that has never happened in the Skate games over the years, and when it was announced that this game would have a Skate Pass, its very own Battle Pass, a lot of us were disturbed, to say the least. A lot of us didn't like the fact that we were going to have to pull the credit card out. Now, keep in mind, this game is free, and for this game being free, I can understand a lot of the purchases it's not purchases, but decisions they decided to make along with this game. A lot of decisions that I honestly, with today's gaming, with games such as Warzone, Fortnite, Apex Legends, you have the finals on the rise, you have Siege, all of these games have battle passes. And so for Skate to look at the gaming market and say, hey, why go with an archaic formula when we have a formula sitting right in front of us that will work? Might piss some fans off along the way, but it'll work. And to say that it hasn't worked would be an understatement. It's worked pretty well. A lot of people have spent quite a bit of money on the cosmetics for this game and probably continue to plan on spending more money. So EA, at the end of the day, the big greedy corporation that they are, is getting their goal done. They are doing what they set out to do, making money on a free-to-play Skate game. Now, how would I fix the game? Well, to fix the game, I would give skaters an offline option. That's one of the first things I would do, is give them an option to where they have a story mode even. They can do some of these daily and weekly challenges away from being on an online server, constantly being crowded by skaters who don't necessarily care to keep your sanity in check. I know that there are settings to fix this, but a lot of people are annoyed with the fact that they even have to change this in the beginning. One of the biggest major flaws with this online game is that throughout the years, Skate has always had a item dropper per se. The ability to drop random items in random spots along the city to Therefore, you can go skate those items and hopefully land some pretty sick tricks. And that's the thing. People are using that to quite literally rage bait the community into just getting angry. They place stuff in random spots that, to a beginner who doesn't necessarily know how to navigate the settings, would discourage me from wanting to play online. Well, that's the thing. You can only play online. So that would be my first fix. My first fix would be to give us an offline skate session kind of thing. My second fix, I would no longer make this game free. I would make this game $60, and with the $60 purchase, you get a good amount of cosmetics. Now, granted, they can release different brand deals with new brands through an online shop, and if you really want to pay DLC money, then pay the DLC money. But as an avid fan of Skate 3, like I aforementioned, the ability to customize your character with everything in the game was a part of being a skater. You wear the same outfit to the skate park 5 days a week and somebody's going to say something. Well, in this game, you don't necessarily have the creative freedom of choosing what your avatar wears. Once you unlock everything in the boxes, you're pretty much done. The game doesn't give you an opportunity to earn premium currency so that you're able to then go and spend it on different cosmetics such as headgear, shirts, shoes, pants, you name it. You don't have the ability to access things that are not predetermined for you without, of course, pulling out the credit card. So I'd make the game $60 and I'd give everybody a standard set of cosmetics and a standard set of shirts, pants, etc. that are available upon purchasing the game. The third thing I would do is, in addition to the offline skate mode, I'd add a story mode. And I know a story mode isn't something that you can necessarily add overnight. However, it is something this game desperately needs. The rotating daily challenges and the rotating daily skate spots, once you've hit the top level in all of these spots, you almost don't want to do any of the challenges. The challenge that I opened up in the beginning of this video was a challenge I had done 4 times already. And yet the game is telling me that I hadn't completed it yet. And to me, that gets annoying really fast. It gets repetitive, and that makes me not want to play the game. What am I supposed to do now that I've completed all the areas and I've done all the things and I've seen all the sights? I've completed all the tours through the city, and I've virtually, with exception of the knockout mission, have completed every mission that they gave me. And it took me 3 weeks of playing this game consistently to get it done. And I don't even play this for longer than 2 to 3 hours at a time. So you're telling me that it took somewhere between the hours of 20 to 35 to complete this game fully? While impressive, that required me skating the same spots over and over again as the poorly labeled AI infrastructure guided me through each spot like someone was holding my hand the entire time, versus in the old skate games, primarily a callback to Skate 3, you had famous skaters in the street telling you what lines to hit. You had the ability to play skate online with your friends. That's another issue for right down the video. But just the inability to actually see some of these characters that we've grown and loved throughout this skate franchise, like Coach Frank, Slappy, etc., etc. There are no famous skaters. I mean, for Pete's sake, crying out loud, Skate 3 had Rob Dyrdek of all people in the game. You could skate against Rob Dyrdek. Like, I know everyone watching this video most likely knows who he is, because for a while he was a very famous skateboarder, and when he was off skateboarding, he made appearances in live television. So, just based on those three or four major things right there, it convinces me that this game, while developed well, the skating is good, the skating is fun. I love going around the city and tricking on random ledges. The game feels like corporate mush, right? The developers had full reign over obviously developing the game, turning the skating into something fun, turning the skating into something enjoyable, and then corporate nonsense came in and made the rest of the decisions. That genuinely feels like this game has undergone that exact treatment. And it kind of upsets me because this isn't the skate game we all wanted. It's a skate game most of us play because it's fun, but it's not the skate game we all want. And with that, please, if you've made it this far, like and subscribe to the video. I'll probably end up breaking down more Skate in the future. Maybe, who knows, I'll even do a Skate 3 playthrough. I'll even pull back out the game that I once loved so much. You guys have a wonderful night, and thank you for tuning in.